For the Zips Digital Network, Chad Welker here with head softball coach Julie Jones. And Coach, just briefly recap a couple weekends ago, not really the results you wanted to see, but did you see any positives out of that weekend down in the tournament you were involved with?
If I look at the first two, Mercer, if I look at the first 2 days, not a lot of positives. You know, we didn't pitch well. Our offense was pretty stagnant, which has been very consistent up to this point. However, we lost 4, came back that last day and finished with extreme energy. Maya pitched a shutout. Our offense came alive. We took advantage of a lot of errors. Don't get me wrong. But we've been in games before where we haven't taken advantage of errors to that extent. So it allowed us to leave there in a really good place, to come back, get a lot of work done these past 9 practices or however many we've had. Looking forward to heading to Morehead State now.
Now that you you're getting closer and closer to MAC play, you just mentioned you're headed to Morehead State this upcoming weekend. What is it that's going to help you get ready for MAC play against Morehead State this weekend?
Well, the biggest thing is we've got to get our pitching consistent. We've got to get some people who can throw complete games, pound the zone a little bit more, be a little more consistent, be able to hit their spots. We've been focusing on that all week. We've pitched through obstacles. We've done all kinds of different things to try to, get us used to being in the zone. You practice pitching all year long. You don't have an umpire all that often, and you think they're throwing good pitches, and it doesn't translate always to what's going on in the game. So we've got to get game focused. We need to have a little more grit. I have high expectations for these guys. I know they can do it. I watch them every day in practice. They throw great pitches. We've got to be consistent and put a good pitching performance together or two.
Wanted to briefly touch base on the weather. We have snow here on the ground now. You've got to travel down to some better weather climate. You said off camera here a couple weeks you're headed to Ball State for that first MAC weekend. What is it like having to practice indoor and not really getting out on to the diamond?
It makes a huge difference. Here we are, we're outside, you're in the sunshine. Even if it's not sunshine, it's brighter. You come back in, our field house is awesome. We know that. We're so blessed to have it, but it's not real. There's no wind. Everything's faster on the turf. The ball, your feet, the ball. You're pitching the ball. It's going to be faster because there's no drag in your drag because you're not. You're just on the track or you're on the turf. You're not going against the dirt. The game is different. Even stealing bases, sliding, everything's different. So obviously it's a disadvantage. But a lot of teams we play are in the same situation we're in. The good thing is we are able to get real fly balls. We do have the nice long batting tunnels, so that we are very, very fortunate in that way. However, last year we practiced on our field 7 or 8 times in the whole year, the whole spring season, and we've got a great grounds crew. We've got a nice field, but it's the life of a softball coach in Ohio. So.
And then moving back to Morehead State this upcoming weekend, it's a 3-game set. What is the reasoning behind getting just the 3 games? But they're all or 4 games actually. Got a doubleheader on Saturday. What is it going to be like to just focus on that one opponent for a weekend?
It wasn't our plan. We originally planned to have a tournament. They had a coaching change. It didn't work out. But then I thought, this is going to be perfect. We have 3-game sets all the time. So this is going to be able to prepare us to look toward MAC. Well, it's opposite in the MAC. We have a single game on Friday, doubleheader on Saturday. This we have doubleheader and then a single game. But it's still our pitchers have to face the same hitters. And it's going to be we have to figure out how to adjust to pitchers. So it really is going to be a very good precursor to the planning of how we'll be able to approach 3-game sets in our conference play.
Thank you for the time, Coach. Appreciate it. Best of luck this weekend down at Morehead State. And fans, you can always keep up to date with the softball team by visiting gozips.com. You can follow them on Twitter. And actually, this weekend at Morehead State, all 3 games will be on ESPN 3, so you can also watch the Zips down there. For the Zips Digital Network, I'm Chad Welker. Have a great week, and as always, go Zips.